Alrighty, Roo, and Cuckoo Kachu to you, and all my nobodies not watching out there. We got Mia again. We're back, and she's is that changing colors? Looks like he's changing colors. She's ah got her fashion style different. I'm not sure I really like the hair. She looks like she's aged quite a bit, but the thing before I thought the other guy died. I don't remember. I didn't go back and watch him. Um. Anyway, she'd be like, so she was like, if, and that's a big if, he will agree to meet you one-on-one basis, Catherine will let you know. He probably won't let a loyal Camarilla lapdog like you see him without her oversight anyway. A Camarilla lapdog, huh? It's like, bruh, my clan is barely part of the Camarilla. We had to do all sorts of shit. It was sort of like, meh, we don't want to take over the Sabbat. This is a smarter move. Just lay low. I think they lost like a lot of their people, and then their own traditions sort of prevented that, or joining the I don't remember. There was a reason why they got messed up. I think the Second Inquisition. I think it was that the tech made it a lot easier for them to be found out. Like, yeah, people don't have mirrors and shit. Like, it's like, oh, you mirror because you're rich. It's got silver behind it. It's like, no, everybody's got mirrors. There's reflective surfaces everywhere. There's a smartphone in every hand. Suddenly, yeah, no. Again, death by TikToker. Yeah. Somebody doing the floss just got you fucking Second Inquisition. That sucks. Curse you, Fortnite! Curse you, Backpack Kid! Actually, you're probably already... I don't know what happened to Backpack Kid. I think I saw something about it. It was like... I hope Backpack Kid's okay. Just because I hope everybody's okay. Like, not a big fan of the dance or whatever, but you gotta admire the intensity. And, that sort of thing blows up. It is what it is. It was we were living in one of the stranger timelines, and not in like the sort of way that I want it to be strange. It's just like, huh. People say the worst timeline. I'm just like, it's definitely stupid. Not that specifically the floss. It's strange dance. I wouldn't say it's stupid. Anyway, let's just move on. It's a risky play, of course, and might backfire, but maybe I'd benefit if I put my loyalty to the court into question. That is a risky move. Camarilla lapdog? I don't think so. Or, nah, not worth it. It's a very A or B. Wow, this is probably one of the only choices so far that actually makes a real difference. I mean, it's not like the Camarilla has really treated me well at all. What was my mission? I was supposed to figure this thing out. It would be good to be on her side, but... And it made sense in the last game to sort of, like, diversify your bonds. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with! But, I don't know if I want... when getting... real goes wrong. So I think I'm just gonna go the safe. It's like, they're not great, but I mean, I really feel like it does actually matter, and I don't care right now. This is not the right mental state for me to like, I'm like, I don't like, they haven't been very good to me, like, but is it even gonna make a difference with her? It really didn't make a bit. I had to really work for it last time. I'm assuming she hasn't changed much. Okay, nah, not worth it. Playing both sides like a recipe for trouble. Yeah. Like, hard pass. As hard as it was for, like, I don't recall the origin story for my last vampire person in this sort of thing where I got to pick from the three, but I'm pretty confident it wasn't as terrible as what happened to the Sombra girl here. She had her shit wrecked. She was fucked 5 ways till Sunday and then taking it like from the back and kicking rocks at the same time. It was bad. Like, it was bad. And I haven't had to deal with any other Lasombra. I don't even remember my creator, but it was bad. So I'm not going back to that. Let's just play nice. Plus, also, they could just 86 me at any time because another Lasombra. Like, that's their rules or whatever, which is kind of messed up. Population control, but whatever. Anyway, pass. Who am I, really? I got a trophy earned. I'll look at it later. It pretty much just means I probably chose to stay with the cam instead of, like, wow, that was important enough to give me a fucking trophy. Okay. I feel like that's so far one of the only real important decisions I've actually made. So far, but I'm still pretty early in the game. I've taken way too long to get through this because it's been more enjoyable. Less time complaining, more time just sort of chatting, I guess. I like the character. It's just not approachable, but I like the goth thing, even if I'm like not super into her specific like thing. I like the goth thing anyway. It's like I get points anyway. Just free points. Free points for being goth and like really committing to it. Anyway, I see. Well, have a good night. It's getting late or early, depending on how you look at it. I've been rewatching Daria, so that's a Trent. Is it Trent? Was it Trevor? Trent? I think it's Trent. Quote, he's like, it's late or early. Either way. Depends on how you look at it. I can't do a good... I don't even remember his name. I've been watching it, but he's not in it very often. Not in the early seasons, and that's where I'm at right now. Once I leave Callahan's office, I'll head straight to Dakota's apartment. Just like, I just want to go home, man. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. So what, I'm not solving the mystery tonight? Can I get the Scooby Gang in on this? Try to sneak by to my bedroom, but she's up waiting for me. That's nice. It's sweet and wholesome. Oh, she doesn't look happy though. And she doesn't look too happy. How was your night? Shit. Tomorrow. What happened? You look like something the cat dragged in. Hungry. Didn't eat. Instead help some guy who has a kid who's got like cerebral palsy or something. I don't remember what it was. He looks like he's training to be a secret agent or something. I was gonna eat him and then I couldn't, and then they needed me for stuff, and then nothing was gonna happen. I was bored. It's tomorrow, I promise. But I'm worried. Don't be. Tomorrow. Wow, you are just girlfriend, roommate, lover, ghoul, master, whatever the fuck your relationship is of the year. And also, you tried to... Okay, you probably wouldn't use your powers right now to try to sneak by because you're probably pretty hungry, and that would actually be that would be a poor usage of your remaining blood if that is actually a factor in this version of the game. I don't know. She gives me a concerned look, then closes her eyes, slumps her shoulders, and frowns. You made her sad. Alright. No! Feel bad, goth chick. This other girl, she's so good and sweet to you. Be nice to her. Like, real talk. Be good to her, because these things usually don't turn out well for vampires, I'm just saying. You're the best. Wow, 3 words this time. I reach my pitch black room and throw myself on the bed. No coffin? You don't sleep under the bed? No thing over you? You're just like, nah, windows are spray painted or whatever. The responsibilities, the stakes, the way I always feel too slow to react properly in these situations. I don't think my reaction time in making choices is a factor in this. I hope it's not, because I take my goddamn time. I like clock away and shit. I don't want to think. I want to turn off my brain. I want to drift into the void. The Pale de Vide. I think I'm still not saying that right. Into the void. Trophy earned. Accidental PI. Into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Okay. So I'm gonna rest and hopefully. Oh, I'm still in tutorial mode. It's like 5. It's like night 5 or something. Tutorial. Hold on. You have received your first trait. Oh my god. It's a little more RPG this time. I can actually level up or something. Maybe. Some of your choices in the game will push Julia towards different ways of thinking, which will have lasting effects on her throughout the story. Okay, looks like that's new. You will see a brief pop-up on top of the screen anytime you receive a new trait. Is this going to be like a time thing? Like I got QTE it or what? Because I'm not a fan of briefs. I don't like it. I don't like anything that's brief. I don't take my time. You know? You can always view and unlock traits in the log screen. Access through the... Okay, maybe it just pops up saying that you got one, and then they'll move on. Like, I don't have to use it. It's just like, we're just telling you about it now. Like, cool. Access through the top left icon. Remember that ruthlessness is the mark of a true La Sombra. But you might walk another path before reaching that destination. Okay, it's good and vague. So can I do the thing? No, like, let's just... So log, Julia's traits. Loyal to the end. That's it? I'm loyal to the end. And... What? Is it... I don't understand. I guess loyal to the end means that I'm loyal to the Camarilla? But it's like, the game just kind of started, so loyal to the end, that's calling it kind of early. I just didn't... I don't know. I felt like that was one of the few influential things. This one's more like a interactive novel than... Like, the other one gave you the illusion of choices and making feeling like anything mattered, and it didn't seem like much actually did, or was basically just out to cause you negativity. It's like when something mattered, it was like, not bad outcome or bad outcome. That was basically it. It's like, oh, you got lucky this time, you can feed without it being a problem. But that was basically how it was. This time it just kind of seems like I'm just sort of here to read. And this was the first time that something actually mattered and might actually have a divergent path. So, okay. Aww. Dakota. Always told you you'd make it big. She's got makeup. She's doing my makeup. And we're having a nice cutesy moment. Apparently she came to my bed because it's all black and all that. Get real, these assholes are just using me as a pawn in some stupid 4th dimensional chess game. Not even 5th, just 4th. And at least she's smart enough to realize, though, it's like, it's really not even that complicated. Like, I'm lucky to be a pawn in a 4th dimensional game, as opposed to just keeping you off the chessboard. Don't be a glass half empty buzzkill. I like Dakota. It makes me sad. Because she seems sweet. Although the art style seems like they just had multiple artists and they're all like, hey, this is what you're gonna do, and it's not the same artist at all. Just like, this is your part, this is your part, you do this, you do that. It's like, this is the basic character idea, have fun with it, don't go too crazy. But like, look at her face shape, look at Julia's face shape, look at her hairstyle. Like, even her body type is a little different. Now you could say it's the position or whatever, but then look at Dakota. Her face shape, also different. Yes, it's a profile, I know, but she's got a little Harley Quinn going on here. And Julia has, I don't know who she reminds me of, but it's not, you know? Like, yes, your profile looks different than your straight on and your side and all that, but they look like different people. Like they switched out actors if it were live action. Also, the whole energy between the two is different. Maybe they're just trying to get that point across that there's like a duality there with like the black and white and all that, but it's very, very... Who the fuck does Julia remind me of right now? Face, what's her... Maybe, what's her name? Is it Chloe Grace Moretz? Moret? She's got kind of like a pointy face. Maybe, I don't know. A bunch of people. Scarlett Johansson, a little, I don't know. There's a lot of people I could say, I guess. Launch them, make me a scapegoat or something. Probably, yeah, no. If you're lucky. That'd be exciting. I could write a book about living with the 21st century Lee Harvey Oswald. Alright, we're just gonna I do like how they don't pull their punches. It's a bit, you know, they're just like, yeah, nah, conspiracies all over the place. Fuck it. Let's just do it. Come on, don't even joke like that. I haven't killed anyone. You haven't? Really? If you haven't killed anybody as a vampire, kudos to you. That takes some fucking willpower, and for a Lasombra, I'm pretty sure that's even like maybe disappointing for the clan. Like, really? You're not just like, why haven't you? Gotta get that cherry pop, girl. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those up. 0 is not an acceptable number of people you've killed after becoming a vampire, or even before, really, for a Lasombra, I would think. Julia, honey, neither did Oswald. You don't know that. Just because he probably didn't have a magic bullet to kill the president doesn't mean that he didn't maybe kill people. I thought he was in the army for a while. Might have killed somebody there. Or maybe he was dishonorably discharged. I don't remember. I don't even know how much it matters at this point. Like, even if the government was just like, Oswald didn't do it. It's like, just like straight up, it'd be like, what would we do? What could we even do? We'd just be like... Anyway, so, Twitter wants to be called this now. Like, they would just be... They just, like, literally recently were just, like, had, like, congressional hearings about... They don't call them UFOs. UAPs, I think, is what they call them now. It's like... And they're just like, oh, yeah, nah. Remember how we called you crazy for years and years and years, and everybody talked about it? We're just like, nah. It's like... And people are like, why are they admitting this? What are they really hiding? It's like... Oy vey. That's what I want to say. Yeah, right. I keep forgetting. Stop wriggling or I'll mess your face up. Sorry. It's like, I mean, you kind of do need her to do your makeup if you want to do makeup. Like, that would be a hassle as a Lasombra. You want to do makeup, or I mean, brushing your hair or whatever wouldn't be that bad. You could have again, you kind of need an attendant. You need somebody. I feel like she likes doing it anyway, so everybody's happy. I'm always obedient when she's busy working on my makeup. Okay, my heart. That was a nice little... Yeah, they are trying to yin-yang it here, sort of balance. Like, normally she's in control and she's all blah 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 dominant, but here she's in charge because she's sort of being doted upon and she actually kind of needs this. Like, you don't have a reflection, you can't use your phone, like, how would you do makeup? I'm sure there's people who do, like, maybe, like, blind people, but they can just do it through... I don't know, it just seems like it would be a huge hassle. It just seems like it would be a huge hassle. And you'd still need some help to some degree. It's hard to take care of your appearance, especially your face, when you can't even see yourself in the mirror. Not that I've ever been particularly good at it, but... She's like, actually, it's kind of nice. I didn't really do it much in the first place. I would just sort of smudge black on and be like, alright, goth, bam, done. Let's go. Lipstick, ready to go. Let's go harvest some boy tears! That was too hot topic, even for me. Dakota doesn't seem to mind. I'm her goth dress-up doll. See, my heart. They really do want me to care about her, which just makes me worry more. Her presence in my unlife is one of the few good things that my sire provided for me before fucking off to Chicago. Maybe that's where the next one goes, assuming my character survives. Or even if they don't. Maybe Chicago. I don't know. I don't know a lot of World of Darkness shit that happens in Chicago. It's pretty much New York or LA. Not that you can't have a setting that isn't that. It's just, from my understanding, that's what I'm familiar with. Like LA by night. Even if they're outside of LA. And even with VtMB, they were in that general area. Normally I'd be told to find myself a ghoul, but many of our clan, myself included, finds the idea of ghouls distasteful. Really? That is something I'm learning. I did not know that the Sombra didn't... I would think that ghouls would be one of those things like... Duh, you have a ghoul. There's not like a distastefulness, it's more of a necessity. Like, La Sombra, one of their... I think their weakness is that they're, like, super hurt by sunlight. Which isn't great. It's helpful to have somebody you can trust to watch over you. I think they also sleep pretty heavy. Man. No, I know, I mean, other than the tech stuff and the reflection stuff, it's like... Their attachment to the darkness means that sunlight hurts them, like, even more. So it's good to have a ghoul, but... And they're very much like... Ventru, but... You know, edgy, emo, goth Ventru. Instead of prep Ventru, you know? Not jock Ventru. You know, not basket case either, you're just, you know, dark. We're cat people, not dog people. We don't want mindlessly faithful servants. We want companions who rely on us, despite having, in theory anyway, the free will not to. Oh, okay. So more like... Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, that's very not Ventru. Ventru are like, I do not want to worry about you thinking that you have free will. Huh. Well, I'm learning things. I didn't know that about the Sombra. I would figure that they would... Their necessities would just require ghouls and that they wouldn't think it was distasteful. Adds an extra little layer to the onion there. It's kind of interesting. But you got lucky because you already had, you know, her, but I haven't seen you, like, have her feed from you. You just fed from her. It seems like a one-way thing. That's interesting. You may choose that on purpose, which is kind of, it's like romantic in a way, you know? It's a little Anne Rice to be like, no, 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 you choose this. I don't force this upon you. With Anne Rice, I don't think they have the blood bond, but you do become sort of psychologically addicted. It's not the same. It's not as like, oh, 3 strikes and you belong to me now. Like, you know, it's more like builds up sort of thing. Huh, interesting. Would not have taken that for La Sombra, but I don't know that much about La Sombra because La Sombra are a rather newer clan and they're pretty secretive and were part of the Sabbat before they turned over, so... Huh. Not many in number, so I guess it makes sense I wouldn't... I mean, it's not like I know everything about the World of Darkness anyway. The kind of relationship I have with Dakota would normally be a breach of the Masquerade's rules, but the rules are different for kindred who are Camarilla adjacent. Even losers like me. Gets the Stephen King's It losers / lover tattoo. Simplifying here, but my sire made it clear that her child would not own slaves, and that was the end of the discussion. Oh! So you couldn't, even if you want, what the... Damn, that's... I'm a little befuddled here. I'm like, why? Like, your sire's just like, we find it distasteful. But also, I specifically am telling you no. However, you can have a you can have a masquerade violating relationship. It's like, do what now? Like, that doesn't... Okay, whatever, man. Just no slaves. It's like no ghouls, which I guess is what they refer to them as slaves. It's like a ghoul isn't necessarily a slave, but it can be depending on the circumstance. That is interesting. To be honest, I think the court mostly agreed to that request because they wanted one more thing to blackmail me with, just in case. Man, everybody's just got you just painted into a corner. That's really kind of sad. Her character has like a whole like extra layer of depth. Because like unlike the other character who it's like you pick one of 3 and that basically means you pick your powers effectively, and there is a slight amount of story behind it. Like, I guess family or whatever. But ultimately it might be the same, just you have different powers. I don't remember. But she's sort of like a victim of just being herself. And lucky to have it as well as it works out. Like, what would she do without Dakota? Just blindly smear makeup on and be like, yeah, no, it's my aesthetic, fuck you. Probably. And be fine. It wouldn't be a big deal, but that she's not allowed to have a ghoul because it's distasteful to the clan, and her sire specifically stated 0 tolerance, no. Then the Camarilla is like, also, we'll allow this, but it's just for control, like leverage over you. That's fucking weird. What would you do in my place? If I had to investigate your elite's wrongdoings? Yeah. I'd probably look for those rich fucks. I can't say that word. I know I'm not allowed to say that on YouTube. Because I've seen others be like, oh ho! No, we cannot say that. So I'm just gonna say pediatric rings. Okay, yeah, that's... I don't even like that. Now let's just move on. Look for the assholes who mentioned pizza